that's if you really want it bad, like Eric was saying, you'll eventually figure it out. That's number one. You know, and you can't like this business, you gotta love this business. I love this business, you know. That's definitely one of the things. You know, I saw this magician one time, and this guy took a stick that was fired. You know, there was fire on it, and he put it in his mouth, closed his mouth, and the fire went away. And I learned something from that. It's big. You know, if they keep their mouth 99% open, they'll burn their entire mouth. But it's only when it's 100% that's closed that the fire goes off. So if you want to build $1 million base shop, you got to be 110% sold out. It can't be nothing else. This is the only thing that matters, right? And then you got to just massive personal recruiting, massive prospecting, massive field training, massive writing points personally, great personal example, and then massive just base shop recruiting, a lot of EPRs, a lot of recognition. That's the main thing. I remember going to this event with Rich Dolly, and he had everybody over there, and he had a number on everybody's shirt, and you got a number 1, number 2, and a number 300. So I started thinking, I'm like, what's the difference between the guy who's number 300 and the guy who's number 1 and the guy who's sitting in the front? Because all of them are good guys, they work hard, they're good people, they love their wife, all that kind of stuff. So what's the difference between the guys that are sitting in the front 10 row? And that was definitely one of my turning points, and there was nothing special about any one of them besides the fact that we're recruiting more people into this system. And anybody who does that, they'll 100% win, and they will build a $1 million big base shop. So.
All right, thank you, Kash. Big. Somehow they always have challenge. So, you know, looking at Kash, you build $1 million base shop. Share with people, what's your biggest challenge? Because you are young, you know, you have a lot of distraction.
Yes, I had 2 challenges. One was the fact that I was pretty young, and I didn't have any family in this country, so all the people that I knew, they were 22, 23 years old. So I recruited a lot of people, you know, you wanted to get the recognition, all that stuff. So I did a lot of things for a year and a half, 2 years, and I only have 2 people still showing up. And I was getting 10 recruits, 100 recruits, all that kind of stuff. And until I got frustrated, and I was like, you know what, I'm not talking to any person who's single. They gotta be married, they gotta have a ring for me to prospect them. And I mean, literally, they would come in, I would rather go prospect and meet somebody than sit down with somebody that was young. And they said, oh, so-and-so is young, so-and-so. So, and even if I had a chance to sit down with somebody who was young, you know, I would never bring him on board. What I would say, you know, who do you really look up to? Give me a person that their opinion is very important to you. Before we bring you on board, let's sit down with them. Let's see if this thing for you. And then we go sit down with them, and I'll recruit their parents, you know. So that's how we got rid of that one. And the second one was actually teaching our team to be able to do what we do, you know, because for the longest period of time, for a couple of years, it was just me doing stuff. There was a lot of people showing up, but I was the only one. So it wasn't until we started focusing on Closer College and train the trainers and sitting down with people one-on-one, having them do the presentation, going through the presentation, making sure they're doing the right presentations, and because I'm a type of personality, I just want to go. I don't want to really sit down with people. I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm wasting time right now. I'm dying right now. I want to go call somebody. So, but then I learned that I have to sit down with people and then have them do the presentation and be more patient and make sure they could do this stuff. And that was huge.
Awesome. Let's give Kash a big hand.